the pinnacle of long distance triathlon. It's where it first started more than 40 years ago. It just has this really special feeling when you land on the island. You've made it to the top of the sport just being there, across age group to professional. I went there as an age grouper back in 2015, and it was the most magical experience, seeing the pros racing, flying out to Hawaii, the big island. The heat and the humidity play such a large part in the race, the results and the preparation that's needed just to complete the race, let alone to compete at the highest level in a world championship. Today, the day of filming, we are 99 days out from Kona. Currently based in Club the Centre, where I'm planning to do a really big block of work leading into the World Championships this year. We're probably going to click our fingers and be in Kona tomorrow. The plan at the moment, we've had a little rocky period over the last few months. I've had a bit of a foot injury, so I've been rehabbing that, trying to stay as positive as possible. That is what we normally do. We just keep going. We refuse to give up on the journey. And at the moment, I'm coming out the other side of that and hoping to rebuild here in Club the Centre in Lanzarote. I think it's the only way that I'm going to be in with a shot of winning this race is by just going all in and focusing on it. Most years it's something that we've wanted to do, is just focus solely on that race, have no interruptions in the period in between. So that is what we're intending to do, is just work really hard here. It's really hot at the moment, which is great to start the heat prep towards Hawaii. I guess that's the plan really, just work super hard, chip away, try and stay healthy and injury free, and have a great build up to the biggest race of the season. Definitely at the start of the year, if you'd said I'd be racing Kona, I would have laughed, because I thought it was so far out of reach this year. So yeah, it's just really exciting to be here, and I'm going to see what I can do.
In her first World Championship as a professional, Lucy Charles takes second place.
It's a difficult one, because back in 2017 when I came second, I was only 24 years old and felt like it was only a matter of time before I could win the race. And now we're sat here 6 years later. We obviously missed 2 years in Kona because of the pandemic, and I've got 4 second place finishes, but still not that elusive win that I would absolutely love. And I'm now 30 years old, which I think you should be near the peak of your career at 30, so there's definitely a part of me that feels like I'm getting close to the best I can be at this distance. But at the same time, I've had a pretty rocky road with injury. I had a big injury last year, I broke my foot this year, so the pressure does feel off a little bit, because I have had kind of a rocky period, and kind of by my standards, I've had a pretty average season. I've not had a race that really reflects the work that I've done. So yes, I'd love to win the race this year, but at the same time, I'd love to just put down a performance that I'm proud of, and every year in Kona, I have managed to do that. If that means coming away with the win, then yeah, it'd be a dream come true, and I think there would be this collective sigh of relief from many of my friends, family and fans that I've finally done it, for me more than anyone. But at the same time, I can't control what anyone else does on the race day. I can only control my mental headspace and my own performance. So hopefully I can put together a result that I'm proud of at the end of the day. weeks out from the race, I've probably got 2 key workouts left to do at home, and then we fly out to Hawaii next week. And I think the way I've always done it, and I love doing it this way, is once I arrive in Hawaii, pretty much all of the hard work is done. It's like I can land and just take a deep breath knowing I've done all the work. There's a few boxes to tick in Kona, just seeing if you can hit the numbers under the climate that you're going to be racing in, but generally all of the really tough work is done, so that's an amazing feeling. Yeah, it's the first year in Kona that it will be women only on the island. Obviously last year we had split days, which was still quite strange because I'm definitely used to racing and being excited to see the male race unfold at the same time. So whilst it was nice to kind of do our race and then watch the men, I think it will be strange this year just to not have them there. There's definitely an amazing camaraderie between the male and female pro athletes. We all support one another. So on the flip side of that, I think it's amazing that we're going to have all the coverage on the women. It's our day, there's no distraction. It will be full coverage on us and what we do. So I just hope that we do get that level of viewers, which I'm sure we will, because I may be a little biased, but I do think the women's racing can be more exciting than the men's, so I just hope that everyone tunes in to watch the excitement of our race. With the introduction of the PTO and just more racing available, I think the standard of racing has just risen and risen, particularly over the last couple of years post-pandemic. I think everyone's been hungrier to compete at the top, and this year in Kona will be no different. The standard is just phenomenal across the women's field, so I've definitely been training with the mentality of what's needed in order to be able to contend for the win in the race, and I've had a really great training block. It's been a super tough 6 weeks at home. I think most of my training has been indoors, so it's been really tough, but at the same time I feel like you get so much from training indoors, just the mental aspect of it. There's no freewheeling on the bike, it's every single second is productive, and really has seen my performance rise over the last 6 weeks. Every single day in the pain cave for like up to 5-6 hours a day, getting up at 5 a.m. to go and swim nearly every day. It's just very grueling at home. I think physically it's no harder, but mentally it's way harder. So I really hope that I will be rewarded by that hard work once I arrive in Kona. Kona's a different beast, and you've got to be able to do it in the heat and humidity. And we have been simulating heat at home, but there's nothing quite like actually being in the heat of Hawaii. So I'm just excited to get on the big island now to kind of feel that heat.
Gonna be good, little doggies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Be good. Be good. And you, Titty.
Don't get too stressed at the telly. Unless Lucy's winning by a mile, then have it on full blast.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a big part of me is motivated by trying to win the race, but I don't think that's enough. And at the same time, I don't think it's a healthy way of kind of setting yourself up for motivation to train, because if you don't win, was the whole training block a failure? I don't think you can look at it like that. So I've kind of tried to do one day at a time, one session at a time, which I do find quite tough, especially when you've got massive training days, you're doing a hard workout and you know you've got another one later that day. It can be quite hard to ignore the one that's coming up later. But yeah, you do have to just focus on kind of one session at a time, get through this one, and when there's a big session, kind of seeing it as a fun challenge. Can I achieve this workout? And when you do, then you actually get quite a big buzz from it. So I've been trying to break it down as much as possible.
Sleep all right? Very much for me, not you.
It's all about Reese, this one.
It's my trip.
Reese vlog. Can you believe it's been a whole year?
I know, just like that.
It literally feels like we're not left.
Well, lots happened, but then
A lot's happened, but because we're staying in the same place and doing all the same stuff, it just feels like we've just continued on from last time. But it's quite nice. I was going to take a picture actually, because it was like Tuesday morning swim.
oh yeah,
in the
Wednesday.
aquatic centre.
Yeah.
Wednesday morning swim. Wipe
There
that
wasn't
up.
a Wednesday morning.
Thursday morning. We lost an entire day. Oh?
No, it's nice, it's lovely. Well, I'm just going to swim because I'm not going to be able to keep up with you. So
Oh
I'll
yeah,
get a head start.
good point. If you are, I'll be annoyed.
Oh, I'm going to try.
He hasn't swam for nearly
6
6 weeks, and I bet you he'll just keep up with me because that's just him. Me worked really hard for 5 weeks, and he'll just keep up.
No, now's pressure.
It's annoying. Naturally talented athlete in there.
Most naturally talented lazy person ever.
Oh! Right, yeah, I want to get one quick.
There you go. 450, yeah?
What even is 450?
400. 450 is 400.
How many lengths?
What, 450 metres?
18.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm glad training actually does work. I was a bit worried at the beginning, like, oh no. One down for the whole trip. How are we going to cope? What was the question? Just how's your towel? How's my towel? Yeah, first swim back in Hawaii. It feels really weird that you can travel for like over 30 hours and it feels like you're back home. So yeah, really nice. This is the pool we swam in last year. But yeah, actually felt quite good after all that travel. So hopefully that's a good sign. Who's going up?
I don't want so much of it to stand at the bottom. You just don't want to put too much pressure on that. You don't want that. The light
Could go
big.
wrong. Maybe we should have sent the lightest person up.
Lucy.
No, that'll be
Lucy.
I'm racing, so by default, it's
So
Holly.
you. But I don't think it's the best idea to send her up, is it? It's not long enough from the floor, unfortunately.
Be close.
It's going.
And then grab a hold of it and twist. Once it's in,
Yay!
hold that.
Jackpot.
Drop it down, 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 and hearts. And hands, there we go.
Look at that.
So let's go to the right.
Fresh papaya.
Right.
Passion, footwork.
More passion. Mustn't burn them. Pixie ears.
I won't have any here left.
We do
The warm up is
a
one
K out
K
and back.
K back.
Then we'll go all the way to the end and about a K back,
For the effort.
and then jog back to the car.
Yes.
Reboot.
Yeah.
Go again.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Minimise stops.
Yes.
If it's a nature break, we have to stop.
The nature break.
If it's a refuelling all that, we can
A more
buzz
move.
ahead and get
Baby, I'm not running around looking for nobody else. I've got one thing on my mind. I already hear the bells.
Baby, I'm not running around looking for nobody else. I've got one thing on my mind. I already hear the bells.
Baby, I'm not running around. 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 Baby, I'm not. Baby, I'm not. Baby, I'm not. Baby, I'm not. Baby, 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 baby.
We don't need this much stopping.
Is that one dead?
Yeah.
Put your shoes on and go where you need to.
Everything about you calling out to me, I got to hold ya. Everything about you calling out to me, I got to hold ya.
Smashed it. Well done. I couldn't even keep up for one lap.
Ah.
Was that 18?
19 and a half K.
Gosh.
Yeah, I actually think this training block leading into the race can be harder than the race itself. Like, you have to mentally go through battles, you have to physically push yourself to close to your limit in order to do well at this race. Like, it's such a tough race, physically, mentally, the heat, the humidity, the pressure of the fact that it's the World Championships. So the training has to be grueling, and it definitely has been. And a lot of the times I've done really, really tough training blocks and actually got to the race in Kona, and yes, it's been really tough, but it actually at times hasn't been as tough as the training. Generally, you rise to the occasion and the day goes faster in a race because you're just kind of absorbed in the race, in the atmosphere, the crowds, the other athletes. It pulls you through. So I've been trying to visualise the race as much as possible when it gets tough in training. Like when I'm on the turbo for 5 hours, just trying to envision riding on the Queen K, feeling strong, leading the race, having the helicopter flying ahead, like all of those good feelings I've been trying to draw upon to get through this really tough block of training.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ah!
Good.
Ah!
Yeah, so actually this bike we've been planning since around January when I went to visit Cube in Germany, and we kind of brainstormed this mermaid themed bike. It was going to be quite challenging for the designers and the painters to actually get like the fish scale effect on the bike, but they were really up for the challenge, and I have been completely blown away by the bike. I actually didn't see it until we arrived here in Kona for the first time in real life, and I was just blown away how it looks in different lights in the sun, and just completely reflects my personality as always wanting to be a mermaid in the water. So yeah, I feel like it's the perfect bike for me.
I say we. Maybe both of us. We're going to go all the way to the end, where the little dog was last time.
And go to try and get to Waimea. No, I'm good.
We are good. Onward.
Yeah, so we've been in Kona now for just over 2 weeks, and we're now 3 days out from the race, which feels like it's gone really slow, but at the same time really fast, and I just can't wait to race now. It's been really good actually. I feel like I acclimatised pretty quickly to the heat and humidity, which means the heat prep that we've done at home definitely paid off. It always feels hot the first couple of days. You just sort of getting used to being on the time zone as well, so waking up quite early, which is nice because you can get some sessions done before it gets to the heat of the day. And then I was trying to do some of my key runs and bike sessions in the real heat of the day, just to try and adapt as quickly as possible, and I feel like that's worked really well, because running today in the energy lab in the heat of the day I didn't feel hot at all, so hopefully I'm going to feel the same on race day.
Today we're running at the old airport in the little park where all the mongoose live, and we're going to catch a mongoose. More passion. Ricky's here. So, do you want to run 13k?
We can go out and back in the town if you want. I don't want to do 13k around here. That's 13
do a few
laps.
laps in there then,
Yeah.
and then
Or maybe just go out and back.
we could just go out and back, but we should do a couple of laps in there first, in case there's a mongoose.
Yeah.
So we'll warm up in there for 2 laps, and then we'll go
You have to bring a drink.
on the lookout for the mongooses, or the mongooses.
Just watch me. Just watch me.
I got you wrapped around my finger, but don't you try to call me tomorrow. There's nothing personal in having a little fun. You wait to see if it's worth your while. So give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind.
Just watch me.
Give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind.
Just watch me.
Good sesh. Big sesh.
Just watch me.
Big race for the trip race.
Yeah.
Feeling confident.
Confident I'll finish. Not racing it this year because it's a staggered start. And the professionals go off first. And I don't want to be the only male standing amongst all the professional women. So I'm going to hold back and go staggered start, probably 2 or 3 minutes behind everyone.
Just I can't wait for
from elusive. Brilliant from elusive Charles-Barclay representing the United Kingdom. She's been the fastest swimmer out of the water on a race day every year since 2017.
There's like pockets of warm, and then when you come back in, it's nice and cool. You're like, oh, this is quite nice. Cool you off before you get on the bike. I mean, if it's conditions like today, it doesn't even feel hot.
No, it didn't.
Because it's so cloudy, so hopefully. Didn't see any big fish or sharks or dolphins.
Didn't see anything at all?
No.
No.
I got a few like little...
Jellyfish?
I got a few like little sting pricks. One on my lip, one on the back of my leg. But they're like, I think they're like little tiny jellyfish.
Yeah, there's really nothing left to do now. The key sessions were all done last week, and this week has just been about ticking those final really small boxes, but mainly just feeling good, keeping the body moving and trying to chill out as much as possible. It's pretty hectic getting into race week. We have a few things to tick off as pro athletes, which is like the press conference and the briefing, which we have tomorrow. And then really it's just feet up and trying to get the head in the game. I actually feel like when I first got here, I was quite nervous for the race, but actually as time's gone on and I've got more confident in the sessions that I've done, I just feel really ready to go now, and I just really want to get started because I want to go and see what I can do. So thanks for watching. If you're still here and you've stayed all the way to the end, then you're a true fan and we really appreciate you. Make sure to tune in on Saturday. It will be obviously in the morning here in Kona, but wherever you are around the world, you can watch us live on YouTube on Ironman's channel. So make sure to tune in for all the action.
They was like, oh, is we just going to get you another dog? Or maybe we'll get you a baby instead. I was like, it's not really a gift, is it?